Yeah, nice to meet. And I'm from ARIA. ARIA is a Economic Research Institute for ASEAN and East Asia.
Okay.
This is an international organization and established 15 years ago.
Okay.
That's a very new
Very
international
new.
organization.
Very new. Okay.
Very new. And our role is that to research the economic about the economic integration
Mhm.
and narrowing the development gap
Mhm.
among the ASEAN region,
Okay.
and also that to provide the policy recommendation to the ASEAN and East Asian countries.
Okay.
Yes, and also that we also support the ASEAN chair country
Mhm.
as well as the G20 chair.
Okay.
So this year that uh, uh,
In Bali, eh?
Cambodia,
Oh, Cambodia this year. Okay.
so we mm, yeah, and yeah, so that anyway that I'm from the originally from the government of Japan,
Mhm.
Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industries, and about どんぐらいかな 7 or 8 years ago,
Mhm.
I worked in the United States, that JETRO office. Do you know JETRO?
Oh, I know JICA. Is it JICA? I know JICA, but I don't know Jetro.
Yes, yes. And at the time that I worked together with, do you know the Yurie Ito-san?
Uh, I have no idea. I mainly work with Japanese internet people
Yeah,
like Suguru
yes.
Yamaguchi, Jun Murai. So
Oh,
those,
Jun Murai. Yes, yes.
yeah. So I work with Jun Murai, Suguru Yamaguchi. He's passed away. So
Oh, Yamaguchi. Yes, yes. Actually, I also worked in a IT quarter office in the government of Japan
mhm.
uh, just before coming to the area about 5 years ago.
Okay.
So at the time that I worked with Jun Murai, Professor Murai.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yes, that was my introduction. Sorry. Sorry.
No problem.
あれI'm sorry that my condition is not so good. Sorry.
It's okay. It's still okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, just a moment, just a moment. Maybe turn over. これかな Just a moment, just a moment. Maybe. Yoshi. Sorry, I tried to
This
log
is
in from the mobile phone.
okay.
Ashley-san.
Yes, Pak.
あれ
Uh, I already admit you to the meeting, Pak.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, yes. Just a
Oh,
moment.
there is another one. Okay.
Maybe. So you have to switch that.
Yeah. if it is difficult because of the video, we can turn off the video. Maybe it's easier for the bandwidth. Oh, you still mute your sound. The sound is still muted. The audio still mute.
Pak, can you unmute?
Okay. It works.
Can you hear?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
okay.
yes.
Sorry,
yes.
sorry, sorry. Oh, it's a better. Sorry, a little bit. Yeah, sometimes that my laptop is the condition is not good. Uh, yes. Anyway, I sorry that again that so that the area is lorry that to support the ASEAN, mainly the ASEAN countries,
Okay.
and we will provide some policy recommendation to the ASEAN meetings
Okay.
and ASEAN economic ministers meeting as well as ASEAN summits.
Mhm.
And as we know that the current most important agenda is that how to realize the digital economy
Mhm.
in ASEAN region.
Mhm.
And area is lowly that this year we will publish the maybe soon we will publish our research that it's called Comprehensive Asian Development Plan.
Mhm.
And that's the theme of this comprehensive development plan is how to realize the digital connectivity among these regions.
Mhm.
And digital connectivities will bring the many benefits for the sustainable development. Of course, that's for the micro and small and medium enterprise, MSMEs. And also that's changing the economic business style as well as a lifestyle.
Mhm.
And anyway, that we also think that now is at like a planning stage, and we will soon move into the implementation stage.
Okay.
And yes, and of course that's many companies already implemented about the digital transformation.
Yeah.
But I think that we should expand to the country level and moreover the regional level.
Mhm.
Regional level means that all ASEAN countries
Yeah.
will be connected by the common data. And then that now I'm considering that we area would like to strengthen more the research capabilities and to make a more practical policy recommendation to the ASEAN countries. And that was also ASEAN countries also requested us. So that's why that I'm now that making a interview of the
Okay.
key person of the ASEAN
Yeah.
digital system.
No problem.
So that's why that I heard your name, so I did.
Yeah. Thank you. No problem. No problem. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. And maybe that from next year, within our area, we will establish the new digital centers.
Wow. Okay.
Yes,
That's
and maybe that I will manage the centers.
wow. Okay.
And in this digital center, I think that one of the most important things that how to engage the business sectors, especially the startups. or the venture unicorn.
Okay.
And their voice will make more innovative digital world, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. And on the other hand, that I also discussed with some officials of the ASEAN countries, and of course, that the goal is very clear, but many of them don't know that how to approach to the goal.
Yeah. That's an art. That's art.
Yes. Yes. So that we need more practical advice from the academic sector or business sector.
Okay.
So that's our new centers would like to combine that their advice.
Yeah.
Then they would like to make a proposal.
Yes.
That was yes. And that and thank you very much for your many materials that. And I'm sorry that I haven't yet read all, but
no problem.
I think that of course that's how to narrow the digital divide. That's yes, of course that was a very important thing, and also that's how to develop the MSME skill. That was also very important. And so that I think that one of the target of our new center should focusing on the how to solve the digital divide in this region.
Oh, okay.
And, so that, but yes, and that. I think that, of course, that developing the hard infrastructure is also very important, and also that the human resource development is important. And but we'd like to more deep study.
Oh, okay.
Study that what we should do.
Oh, okay.
That's what.
Okay. I will share. Can I share my screen then? It's still disabled.
Oh yes.
Bu Asri, can I share? Can you enable me to share?
Yes, Pak. Sudah.
Okay. Okay, I will share my screen. To see the digital divide is very easy actually. Okay, you can go to this website and perf and p. Let me check my. Let me give you the URL.
PERF.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Where is it? And oops. Okay. And then we can go to network coverage and perf network coverage, and then we can go to country. For example, this one Indonesia, you can change to other country, Cambodia, Thailand, Vietnam, and so on. For example, this one Indonesia. Okay, and then we need to select the carrier. For example, the largest carrier in Indonesia is Telkomsel. Okay, so select the country, select the carrier, and then you can see clearly the problem here. So this is the problem. As simple as that. Okay. So basically Java Island is have more coverage. The other islands we have a lot of problem. Okay. If we select, say, other ASEAN country, Malaysia. Oops. This is United Arab Emirates. I will select Malaysia. Malaysia is okay. Maybe I should select something like Cambodia. Maybe. What is the What is Cambodia?
C
Cambodia, Canada.
maybe.
Canada, Congo, okay.
CA.
Cameroon, China. There is no Cambodia.
CA
Wow.
maybe.
CA,
Apa?
CA.
CA.
CA is Canada.
あれカナダだな。あれ
Yeah. There is
Cambodia.
no Cambodia. We are in big problem. Okay, there is no Cambodia. Okay, maybe Vietnam. Maybe much
Vietnam.
easier.
Yes. Vietnam.
Vietnam. Okay, there is a Vietnam here.
Oh, yes. Vietnam. Yes.
Okay, and then we need to select the. I don't know what's the biggest carrier in Vietnam. Vietnam Mobile.
Big.
I will select randomly. Okay,
Mm.
then
Mm.
we can zoom in if you like, and then you can see the problem. Oh, sorry. So something like this. So we can see clearly how to
that's a
identify the
very-
problem. So
Oh, yeah.
So we can see how much coverage of the internet in the country. And how to solve the problem. We can see clearly like this. If we want to be a little more brutal than this, we can select 3G, 5G, and then we can see a lot of problem. Okay, this is 5G.
5G, yes.
This is 5G only. 5G only, no other technology. No 3G, no 4G. So this is only 5G.
Oh, yeah.
So we can see Taiwan is okay, Hong Kong is okay, Thailand is very okay, Vietnam problem,
Oh, yeah,
Cambodia
yeah.
problem, Laos problem, Philippines seems to be much better than Indonesia. Indonesia we are in big trouble. So we can see Indonesia in big trouble. Okay, but
yeah.
Thailand is the best. Thailand is the best. Malaysia, Singapore of course is very okay. The rest is problem. So very easy, something like that. So the coverage is something like this. If we want to see the fiber optic, the backbone, we can go to marine. This is fiber optic cable maps. Marine cable maps, submarine cable maps. Okay, the website is submarine cable maps. Okay, and then we can go to our region here, and then we can check the cable in our region. So this is the submarine cable for international submarine cable, basically. It's not to the contrast. So this is the Kalimantan Island. This is Brunei. We have several landing site in Brunei. Singapore, no problem. Malaysia, sort of no problem. Then we can go to Cambodia. We have only one landing site. Vietnam, we have 3. Indonesia, lot of landing sites. So in terms of submarine cable, Indonesia is supposed to be okay. The problem is to run the cable from the landing site to the island. That's the problem. So Philippines much better because their island is smaller than Indonesian island. So this is for the backbone submarine cable. Okay, now for another alternative for what's that? So we have cellular, we have submarine cable. Now Indonesia we innovate. Actually, from the technology point of view, from the technology side, the technology for local connection, is getting cheaper. So the local connection is getting cheaper. So, for example, we have parabolic antenna in parabolic antenna, something like this, and then we can shop for parabolic antenna. So this is not parabolic antenna. This is parabolic spotlight. Parabolic antenna. So you can see the cost is not that expensive actually for parabolic antenna. So we can use this kind of this is in Indonesian rupiah. So divide by what 10,000, you can get the US dollar.
I can buy that.
So we need to divide. So like this one is close to 100 US dollar. This is 700 US dollar. This is close to 100 US dollar, something like that. So using this kind of antenna, we can make a long distance connection up to 50 kilometers. So this is what people normally do. So the problem is not the equipment. The equipment is the cost of the equipment is getting lower. The problem is regulation policy because this is illegal in Indonesia. So if you can so what what people do right now, the Indonesian people is more brutal. Wok for cooking. This is wok for cooking. In Indonesian word is wajan. Same thing for cooking. What we do, we mix between wajan and parabolic antenna. So we mix these two, becoming wajan bolik. Okay. Now this is the Indonesian innovation. So we can have parabolic antenna using wok. Okay. If you go down, all of them are Indonesian websites, and then people actually selling these things. Okay, if we go to shopping, people sell it for like $20. Around $20-$30 for this kind of antenna. So this is the Indonesian innovation. So we can actually innovate. We are welcome if other countries can use this kind of innovation to narrowing the digital gap for the digital connection. So this is the solution, one of the solution. The other solution is we create a neighborhood network. Okay, this is in English, but in Indonesian we call it neighborhood. We call RT RW. That's Indonesian word for neighborhood network, and people selling equipment for neighborhood network as this much. Okay, so it's very cheap. So that's that way we can solve this problem, the earlier problem when we have where is it here, when we have a lot of blank spot where there is no internet. We solve it using this kind of approach. The problem is we need to change the regulation and policy to allow the common people to build their own network, because under the current regulation only operator can build a network. Indonesian people cannot build network. Only operator can build network. So that's a problem. So the current telecommunication regulation, they say something like that, and that's creating a lot of problem actually. Okay, now that's the speed is quite low, but many of my friends in the field. Okay, let me show you. They actually more brutal than that. This is RT. So I hope Ibu Asari can take a note the keywords. If you can record this, you are welcome to record this thing. It's more fun actually. So the website is onocenter.or.id/
Recording in progress.
Okay, because it's recorded, I will not replay. I will tell again the other thing, because first we need to check nperf.com. Okay, check for coverage. Change the here. Where is it? Change the country and the operator. So you can change the country and the operator, and we can see the coverage of every single country except Cambodia. Sorry, it's not under surveillance. So we can check so that's for cellular network. For fiber optic network, you can check using website Submarine Cable Map, and you can see the submarine cable all over the country. So we can probe the problem. Like Cambodia they only have one landing site. I think Burma have like four landing site in Burma. Vietnam have a couple. Indonesia have a lot of landing site. Philippines have a lot of landing sites. So I think Cambodia and Burma have some problem, but Thailand is surprisingly they are very well. They are okay for 5G. Okay, now the solution for for connection from the landing site to the land, to the mountain, we can use parabolic antenna like this. So the keyword is parabolic antenna. It costs like $100, so it's quite cheap basically. The speed is about like 300 megabit per second, but the more expensive equipment we can go like to about 1 gigabit per second. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but the cost is not $100. That's cost about $800. So more costly, but speed is much better. And then the Indonesian have to innovate to make lower cost. So we are looking at $20 to $30 using wok for cooking, and using wok for cooking we can make this kind of equipment. The speed is normally about 50 megabit per second, so still okay. And then we innovate into neighborhood network or village network. In Indonesia, we call it RT, RW network. People actually selling the equipment, this equipment, so we can buy the equipment online for these things. Then we can. Right now, we have about 60,000. In Indonesia, we have 60,000 neighborhood network like this, and we provide, like myself, we provide the training for free online, everything. So that's why we can build the village network like very rapidly, because it's affordable. The village people can invest their own money. They don't have to rely on government funding, so they can build their own network by themselves, because it's quite cheap. Like 600 US dollar is quite cheap. It's affordable. They can build their own. Normally, it's about like 1,000 to 2,000 US dollar per village. So it's quite affordable actually for village level. So they actually built from that. And then in the past few years, the keyword is RT RW net in Ono Center ORID. We can go down here in usage, penggunaan is usage. I will show you some brutal. So they move into fiber optics right now in village level. Using their own equipment, we build fiber optics in village. This one is the YouTube. So people actually posting in YouTube how to build fiber optic for village network. This is the YouTube. If I click one of these thing, it will show you how to do this. So this is basically YouTube. So people actually build this thing themselves, and they share how to do it in village level. Okay. So that's the YouTube one. This is one of the example. This is in a village called Cipta Gelar. Cipta Gelar is village, very remote village in south of this island, Java Island. And then this is the picture when they actually build fiber optic. This is not jungle. This is more forest. So they have to pass the fiber optic in the forest, and this is how they build these things. Okay, very brutal in the forest. And then this is another example. This is fiber optic again. The fiber optic costs only like less than $1 per meter. So per meter is less than $1. So it's very affordable. The speed is around 1 gigabit per second to 10 gigabit per second. So if very affordable, so people build this thing. This is a high school student. They basically volunteer to run the cable to villages because there is no tower, not tower actually. We use tree as a tower for this fiber optic cable. This is when they run the fiber optic cable, and this is my friend Dadang. He actually teach the primary school children what is fiber optics and so on. This is when they have to run across small river. So this is real. This is what really happening on the ground. To give you some example, some of my friends, most of the report is in Indonesian language. Sorry, so, but some of my friends do a lot more of
Yeah, it's okay.
brutal things. Let me see, Manado. Okay, this is example. I have okay. So some of my friend, let me see if I can show the. I forgot where I put it, but anyway, some of my friend they actually make connection from this city Manado to Ternate. The distance is about 300 kilometers from Manado to Ternate and Manado to this island here. This one is 300, this one is 300. They make wireless connection. The speed is about 200 megabit per second, and they manage to make those connection. That's very, very long distance actually, and they have to make there is an island in between actually. So this is the island in between. So they make a connection from this to this island and to this island. So from Manado to this island, 150 kilometers. From this island to Ternate is another 150. So total distance is 300. So we use that kind of connection. So the key thing, there are several key points we need to take into account. First, the technology is becoming cheaper, affordable. For this particular connection, we use this technology, air fiber. This one, I'm sorry, it's quite expensive. It's about for $4,000, but this is very reliable connection. The cheapest one is around $600. The cheapest one, the cheapest setup, something like this. So they use that kind of connection. The speed is about 1 gigabit per second from this side to this side, and then so the equipment affordable for short distance. For long distance, yes, it is a little bit more expensive, but still affordable. So people use their own money. So first is affordable. Second is quite user friendly. So people can use their own money. So basically, people can do their own. That's the underline what's that statement. So actually, the government need to encourage, to empower the people how to do these things. So government policy basically to encourage them, to encourage people to invest their own money, to manage their own network and build this thing. So the policy is as simple as that actually. The problem, many governments think they are the best, they are the one who can build these things, and they tend to build using their own capacity. Actually, the people has their own capacity and their own money. They can build this thing. So that's the point actually. Okay, having this running, then people start use this technology for their business, for online trading, and so on. Another technology I introduced, especially for schools, okay, because normally school have less money than business, so I have to introduce different technology for schools. So, at this point, I like to stop first. If you have any comment or questions, please. Is it okay?
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes. Yeah, that's a very, very, very interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I like to continue. Okay. So
Yeah,
that's
yes,
for the infrastructure in the rural and so on. Okay. Now, having this kind of infrastructure, then people can use the infrastructure for selling goods, trading online, and so on. Okay. Now, for schools, a little bit different. What I have in mind for schools, this actually gradually we are introducing this technology. Basically, I introduced this one in internet offline. It's not online, internet offline. Okay.
Internet offline.
So basically, let me see if I can go. Okay. Okay. This is my scratch. My earlier scratch. I don't know when I think long time ago.
Yeah.
Let me see. View history. No. The earlier one is 2018. So in 2018, because so many people from school in rural area, basically, they asked me, "Oh no, do you have any solution or technology for schools? Because they cannot afford to build the infrastructure, long distance internet infrastructure. So they are having that kind of problem. So I introduced this solution basically. Okay. Sorry, many of them are in Indonesian language. Basically, this is internet offline for school. Sekolah is school. Okay. So the idea is very simple. Basically, we copy any information for school, for education. We copy the information for school to SD card or hard drive. So basically, we copy the information from the internet to SD card or hard drive and put the SD card of hard drive to local server. One of the example of the local server is Raspberry Pi. Okay, and then we connect the Raspberry Pi to Wi-Fi, and then laptop or smartphone can connect using this Wi-Fi to access the local information or local content copy from the internet, and we can disconnect the internet at this point. So this is internet offline. Basically, we copy the internet content to SD card or hard drive, copy to Raspberry Pi and access it. How much a Raspberry Pi costs? The Raspberry Pi cost is very cheap. Raspberry Pi, we can use 3 plus. It costs around like this, less than $100. So $70. This is around $70. This is $100. So it costs about $100, something like that. And it's very small, very cheap, very small. It can run from a power bank, handphone power bank. We can use it to power this device. So we can use we can also use a solar cell. Oh, let me show you my slide. Let me see. I have to do this presentation tomorrow actually for the advisor to the president. So I already prepared the presentation. I just remember, so I will show you. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where did I put it? Oh, okay. Okay. Wait. Okay, go this one. Lemhanas KIJ. Nah, this one. Okay. Okay, this one. So this presentation will be presented tomorrow to the advisor to the president actually. I'm sorry, this is in Indonesian language. Basically, pendidikan is education for remote areas, basically education for remote areas. I will show the figure. So this is the NPERF you already saw. So I show them the problem, and this is actually the actual problem because of the no signals. I'll show you this. The keyword is like this. Daring. Nah. Bu, ini maybe we can. So this is the actual condition because of there is no signal. Student have to sit on top of the tree to get access to the internet. The Indonesian student. So the school moving from ground to trees. because there is no signals. Okay,
Uh,
now, okay, having that, now show you. I tell the advisor that our university run a free course. This is a free course on internet offline. So people can learn how to build the internet offline system for free in our e-learning system. It have free certificate. Also, I have a lot of videos on my YouTube channel on internet offline, and then buku is book on internet offline uh, is being written. The cost of the technology is this much. We can use flash disk if you like,
yeah.
and then or OTG flash disk also. This cost is about like what $20, something like that, and then or USB hard disk, and then for the electricity we can use water. This is water generator, small water generator. It can generate 5 to 12 volts, 10 watts, cost about $20. So it's quite cheap. This water generator, we can plug it into the small stream in village. It can generate this power, or we can use solar charger. Okay, 5 to 12 volts, 20 watts, cost about $30. This is how it's look like. We can buy it online, and then this is the technology I mentioned. Okay, so basically we have local server, Wi-Fi router. So it's handphone, smartphone, laptop can connect to this Wi-Fi, access to the local content here. We can use Raspberry Pi or use use PC computer as local server. Use PC is much cheaper. Okay, if we need the internet, then we have option using Visa, using other things. This is the cost of PC about 100 US dollar. This is the Raspberry Pi, also 100 US dollar. Raspberry Pi is more beneficial because we can use phone charger for that. And then I also introduce mini PC if you like. For long distance connection, we use I mentioned earlier. This is one of the some of the example I showed you already. Manado, Ternate, Talaut, about 600 kilometer in total. This is the connection. Okay, this is the actual tower they use. This is in the island in the middle. So it's doable, and people actually doing it like that in Indonesia. So and then this is another area. This is in Banten area. This is Jakarta.
Banten.
Jakarta. So this is next to Jakarta, Banten area. So we have a lot of connection here. One of them is here. Is Cipta Gelar. This is where Cipta Gelar is. So we have wireless connection, and they run fiber optic now. So this is the fiber optic is in that area, in this one, in this area here. It's middle of forest, so quite dense. I have been there. We need 4-wheel drive to go there. No internet, no television, no electricity. So they have to build everything themselves, and it works. This is in Sukabumi. Sukabumi is in this area here. Okay. This is the people. They actually run fiber optic in that area, and this is the Garut Tasik. You already seen this picture. The area is around here. So they are from many areas. Okay. So I will show this to the advisor to the president tomorrow.
なるほど。おー
I will send you my slide then. So
Yeah, thank you very much.
so easier for you. Where I put it, I forgot. Let
Ah,
me see.
yeah. Yeah.
ITTS. Where? Wrong. Okay, this one. Okay, about 10 megabyte. Okay,
yeah. Okay.
that's my slide.
Okay. Thank you. Not yet convert.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, takes time.
Yeah. Okay. No problem. Later. Not yet. Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah, very interesting. Interesting. That's the current situation. I don't know well about that kind of the situation.
Yeah, it's fun. So the problem, the major problem is the mindset of the policymaker actually.
なるほどね。
So the mindset is the major problem. They always think the people in village, the people on the ground, they have no knowledge, they have no technology to solve this problem. Actually, the technology becoming cheaper, the technology becoming easier, so people can build this thing themselves. So because of that different mindset, they make wrong policy basically.
なるほどね。Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. And that was a very important thing. Because that's like Cambodia, as you said, that Cambodia also that they need similar thing like that.
Have you talked to Norbert Klein? Norbert Klein, I think he's in Cambodia. Let me check. I'll show here. Norbert Klein, something like that. Oh, not this one. Norbert. I forgot his Klein, Cambodia. Let me see if I can get. This is the one. This is the one. This is the guy. Okay. If you can meet him, talk to him.
Okay.
I don't know how old he is now. He's quite old, but he has been in Cambodia for many years, and he's actually helping the Cambodian to build the internet as well. If you can meet him, talk to him, maybe you can have different perspective.
Okay.
So this is the guy.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, that's I'm sorry that today we don't have not so much time, but so that okay, I also had the mindset change the mindset.
No problem. It's very normal.
I just only see that internet error. That's what. But actually that was a real situation in the local area.
But we need to be careful when we change the policy. Maybe we cannot change drastically. So maybe you can maybe like advise or propose to do a pilot project first, like small scale. Don't do it in large scale. Small scale. See the problem and see how they can survive and so on. So if we can, what's that? Focus on human resource, not focus on giving people money. So I tend to empower, I tend to encourage the local people to invest their own money rather than giving them money. Because if they invest their own money, the network tend to be sustainable in long run. If the government give the money, when the money gone, the network is gone also. So I tend to do that way. So my approach normally, I educate the people in village, and when during the education, I try to convince the people to invest their own money on the network. So when they invest their own money, they will work very hard to make sure the network will work all the time, and that will sustain the network. So it's different approach than the government. Government normally they buy equipment, give the equipment to the people, becoming a good guy. But when the government gone, the network is gone also.
Yes. Yes. Yes, that's a very important thing. Yes, that's philosophy. That's very important.
Yeah.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
Okay.
Yes. One question that how about the security? That's
Security
I'm
of
not
the
sure that's
network.
yeah.
Okay. That's a huge questions actually. To be honest, I teach cyber security course at university. During when I teach cybersecurity course, I'm not only teaching how to secure the network, but I also teach them how to hack the network. So both way, I have to teach them to becoming a bad guy, knowing how the bad guy work. Then I teach them how to be a good guy. Now, in Indonesia, to be honest, in Indonesia right now we have many hackers, but they are hacking only. So I try to change their mindset to become more positive, becoming a cybersecurity expert. So that's in terms of the knowledge. Now, because of we have many of them is not knowledgeable. Many of them take like dark path. So I'll show you. I'll show you my approach basically. So basically, I give courses for free. This is here open course. So we have internet safety. This is internet safety course for free. Many of the company, many of the small medium enterprise take this course for free. This is for end user. How to browse to navigate the internet safely for end users. So I have this kind of course for end users. So they have some sort of knowledge what to do and don't do on the internet. So we have to teach them. So basically we have to teach them. This one is for end users, and this one is, where is the cybersecurity? So this one is more advanced. Network. I have to cybersecurity. So this one is more advanced. This one is for programmer, for developer, and so on. So I teach those two courses. And these are free. If you this is free, but problem is in Indonesian language. If you like this to be more international, we are welcome to translate it to English, or I don't know the other Asian language, so we need to ask Google Translate to translate to other language. So basically, it's free. Right now, we have in this particular course, we have like close to 10,000 students. I have to be honest with you. Out of 10,000, out of close to 10,000, only around 90. Let me see. Because those who manage to pass, they can download their certificate for free. So out of 10,000, only 96 pass. So only 1% of the those who registered can pass this kind of course. So the short answer is we are trying to educate the Indonesian on cybersecurity. Yes, it is important. It is not an easy knowledge. but we need to educate them.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, that. Sorry. Sorry for that.
No problem.
Okay, yeah. And yes, thank you very much. And yes. Today's topic is very impressive
Yeah.
for me.
So if
And,
you have any
yes, okay.
if you have any questions or anything, feel free to email me. I will try to supply
Yeah.
any information you need. So
Thank you very much. Thank
no-
you very much.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
And yes, actually, that's as I said that our center will just would like to start
Yeah.
their activities and connected well more with government officials.
Yeah.
So that's and actually that's they many times asked me that what should I do?
Actually, the other thing what I have in mind, this is nothing to do with the infrastructure. What I have in mind is, this is at application level. Many of the Indonesian, online shop, they are actually selling Chinese product. If I'm not a trader. I'm not active in the application. I'm more in the infrastructure. But what I have in mind, if we can shift a little bit from China product to ASEAN product, that may be interesting also. But I don't know how to do it. To be honest, I don't know how to do it yet.
Yeah.
But because this is interesting to see. Okay, many of Chinese product. How about product from Cambodia? How about product from Vietnam? How about product from Thailand or this region? So we can exchange product among us. That's. But I don't know how to do it. To be honest, I don't know. But that's what I have in mind. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That was other important.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Okay,
Yes,
thank you
yes.
very much.
I'd like
See.
to keep in touch.
Okay. So I will leave. See you next time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
very much.
Okay,
Yeah,
bye-bye.
yeah. Thank you. Bye.